Hi, my name is Jess and welcome to From Me to You Video Photography and Book Reviews YouTube channel. Today I am recommending a novel, kind of. The reason I say kind of is because it is When and Where Am I Wednesday. Today is Wednesday and that is what I usually do if I have a novel that I'm reading at the time and want to talk about it. Let's get into it. I am reading a novel called Much Ado About a Widow. I actually got it, I got approved for it yesterday and I just could not push off reading it. So I just started it yesterday. And so I'm only a few chapters in at 38%. It is, as I said, Much Ado About a Widow. It is by Jenna Jaxon. Yes. And it is book 4 in her The Widow's Club series. I have not read any of the other novels within this series, but it does not seem to make a difference to me. I mean, it's a standalone from what I can tell so far. I'm not lost at all. And the main characters seem to be decent side characters, at least from what I can tell, that were in previous series, I'm assuming, for side characters. The main heroine is, and if I say that wrong, I'm sorry. It's just how I've always pronounced it. Anyways, the main female lead is Georgie, and she has a Cocker Spaniel, I think? A King George Spaniel. No, King Charles, sorry. King Charles Spaniel. And she basically, she's now a widow. I'm not sure for how long, but when she married her husband, it was a big, not a scandal, but it basically made it so her family disowned her. Not her family, but her father, and then her father told her family that, so sorry, you chose your fate, so stay away from us. And she was happy with her life. She's very, very sad that her husband passed away, and she misses him dearly. But when her husband died, this novel picks up right when, after she's agreed to get into her father's good graces again, and to do so, she needs to marry the person she kind of jilted. She didn't jilt him at the altar, but she jilted him a few weeks before they were supposed to get married. So, if the whole thing is that she is now, to get into her father's good graces, she's agreed to now marry the man that she denied before, and she's never liked this dude. He seems to be a very bad character all around. And in doing so, in that happening, basically what I've read so far, like I said, I think I might have mentioned, I'm at 38% of this novel so far. And from what I have seen thus far, it's a good novel. The issue, or there's no issue, it's just what I've read so far is basically, it can be briefly described within the book's description. So I think I'm now slowly getting out of that and going to see how it all holds out. So far it is Georgie, and Rob is the hero in this. And he has the title of the grand title, and I really think it's well named here, is Lord St. Just. So yeah, I mean, for names, it's quite a good one. Georgie and Rob had known each other because Rob is one of the very close friends of Georgie's brother. And I really am interested to see how their romance will go, because a few instances have happened where they've held attraction to each other, but like Georgie soon has other scenes not long after it where she misses her husband deeply, and like has already told Rob that if her husband had lived, she would have been a very happy person. So I'm curious to see how their relationship will grow, because in times when Georgie and Rob have like thought about each other. Georgie has made the statement where she says or thinks about how she had told her brother on one occasion that she thought that Saint Just Rob was really wanting to be a pirate because his Rob's family owns a shipping merchant trade thing on the side of having the title, and he like when they meet up, he's sailing his ship. So how we get to that point is basically at the very beginning of the first chapter of this novel. It's all about, like I said, what happens in the back, which is her agreeing she's on her way to see her father after being away for so long and agreeing to the new arrangement. And on the way there, she gets kidnapped. Now, I can't go into the details of the kidnapping because that gives away a lot of the plot. But it's very easy to see, especially since there's 4 point of views. One is of the bad guy. One is of Georgie, of course. The other is of Rob, of course. And so far, the last one has been the perspective of Georgie's father. And before we got to his perspective, I can definitely say I didn't like the dude. And I'm not sure what he has against Georgie. I know she's the youngest sibling of all around. It's, as far as I can tell from what has been said so far, it's only her older brother, who of course is the heir, and her father's Marquis, so the heir to the Marquisdom. And then she has 2 older twin siblings that are girls, and then it's Georgie. So, and she has been rebellious for a long time, and that's been hinted at throughout. So I'm not sure exactly why there's so much tension between Georgie and her father, how it all happened or came down to, but he really, from his perspective, he really does not have high thoughts for his daughter at all. So I'm very curious to see how it will all play out because right now, from his perspective, he was told that the carriage and her had run off and nobody was looking for her, and he's kind of blaming her already. So, yeah. The only one that's really worried about this kidnapping, in some ways, I mean, Georgie is a very strong-willed, brave woman, and I love how she handles the situation. I'm like rah rah shish kumbah. I am all for this girl. She is definitely woman power all the way around. And I love how she has her little dog Lulu to really help out and has commanded her so well that she knows when to bite and knows when to growl, knows when to back off if commanded to do so. So it's so awesome. I'm loving it so far. I'm hoping I'll enjoy it all the way around, and I'm hoping I'll give it 5 stars. Where I landed off right here for When and Where Am I Wednesday within my novel is what I gave you was kind of a brief synopsis of the beginning. And like I said, if you read the book's description, it will all have this anyways. It basically explains just about as much as I just said. So where I left off is Georgie is on Rob's ship, and because where she ended up from her kidnapping, he was in that same location, and he did not have a carriage. He got there by his boat, because he was picking up stuff for his business, and he planned on bringing that business stuff back that same day. Well, he brought her onto his boat, and she basically said, hire me a carriage, get me back to my father's place. I really don't want to, well, she didn't state that she really doesn't want to be in his bad graces, but basically that's what she's thinking in her head. And Rob kind of denies that because he's more thinking of her welfare, even though Georgie doesn't take it as that. And they set sail after he gets his stuff, set sail back to his own place, thinking that for at least a week or so, Georgie can hang out with his mother there and they can talk and such. And Georgie's all fearful about her father and getting in his bad graces again. So their minds are in different things. But where I left off is that right after they set sail, Georgie goes through a huge amount of seasickness, and there's throwing up, well, not everywhere, but I mean, her sick bed isn't that bad because she has a maid, and the maid keeps it fairly clean, and Georgie didn't puke on anything other than the chamber pots, but yeah. So you get into all of that, and the way the ranting that Georgie goes through about how she's gonna die and how she blames Rob and how Rob has kidnapped her now too. It is hilarious. I'm loving this. I really can't wait to see where these two end up. I highly recommend you checking it out, especially if you enjoy, oh gosh, hilariously well-written novels. I mean, like I said, I'm only 38% of the way through. The plot might go south. I hope it doesn't. But where I am now, I'm 7th heaven. I don't want to stop reading, but I have work to do. So I'm getting this out to you right now. Check out the novel. I'm not sure if any of the other books in the series are as good as this one. If they are, I might check them out too at some point as well. But yes, so this is where I am within the novel that I'm reading right now. Where are you within your novel? What are you reading? Who is it by? And what is your character doing right at this moment? Let me know in a comment down below, or create your own video. And if you do create your own video, or even just a blog post where you write it out a bit, then let me know so I can help promote it as well. This is my When and Where My Wednesday. All the information is down below if you want to check out more information on it. Let's see, anything else? No, I hope you all have a good Halloween, because that is tomorrow from when I'm filming this. And I got work to do. Please like or dislike this video as you see fit. Please check out, like I said, this novel, Much to Do About a Widow, is going to be out on December 31st of 2019. Check it out if you get a chance. So yeah, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day, and stay tuned, because you never know what in the world's going to happen on this channel or any of my socials next. Take care.